How y'all doing? Happy Saturday. All right, y'all. I am Monique, also known as the Moon Mama. Today is Saturday. The sun is in Aries. The moon is in Capricorn. We are in cardinal energy, which means that we are undergoing a really big change. And if you're paying attention to your life, you will see what those changes are. If you're conscious, if you're aware. How y'all feeling today? All right. So Capricorn is the crone. It's the old woman. Governs the color black. That's why I wear black today. I don't generally wear black because black absorbs everything. If you look at black people, you see how we absorb everything. So black absorbs all the everything. So I'm just wearing it for this experience, and then I'm gonna take this off because I don't want to be outside absorbing all the other stuff that people have going on. Anyway, so the moon is in the last quarter phase today, which means that we are in preparation for a new moon cycle. Capricorn is the energy that rules authority, structures, systems, discipline, focus. And we are in the window of an eclipse that's going to happen on March 29th in Aries. So there is a lot happening internally in our internal world. We are in the uptrend of a new cycle at the early stages in the physical realm. The new cycle had long been preparing itself in the invisible realm, but now it's just crowning. Like a baby when a woman is pregnant. When a woman is pregnant and then she goes into labor and the baby starts to come out. For those of you who have children who have given birth, I remember when I was giving birth. I'm going on a sidebar. I remember when I was giving birth and when my water broke, and like I went to the doctor and I thought that they were going to send me home because I was early, 2 weeks early. And my water broke and they were like, you can't go home now. Like you have to stay. The baby has to come. You can't go back home when the water's broke. And I labored for 17 hours. 17 hours in labor. And I didn't get an epidural. So it was 17 hours of real labor. Um, but after they were like, okay, you've dilated 10 centimeters because you're laboring so you can dilate for the baby, for your cervix to open so the baby can come out. When I was finished dilating, I didn't think pushing was so separate from pushing is more work than labor, is really what I'm trying to say. Did anybody else have that experience? Did you realize that pushing was a lot of work? It is not a effortless kind of easy thing. And so when a woman we're in this phase right now where the old reality is gone. It is not coming back. But we are about to head into the new one. We're still a bit in preparation mode. Like the baby's not fully out yet. And the reason why that is because Mercury and Venus are retrograde in Aries. And so we're being given an opportunity to really make sure that everything is in alignment for what it is we're going to be doing, who it is we're becoming. And it's like that point when the baby is pushed through and it's coming out. It hasn't come out yet, but the head is crowning. We're really there now. And so we have an opportunity while the moon is in Capricorn and the sun is in Aquarius to begin to think about authority And where are you giving your authority? Where are you giving your power away? Um, or are you giving your power away? That's what that's about. Like, so in these final sort of stages of the cycle ending and a cycle beginning, the thing I love about the universe and nature, the grace of nature, is that it ebbs and flows. It ebbs and flows. It ebbs and flows. So one of the things that's happening for me right now is, gosh, I'm going to do my best to talk about it. I have a Pisces rising, so my world is governed by the subconscious. And it's a very sort of shamanistic, mystic way of moving through the world. And I have often been at odds with it because no one else usually sees the reality the way I see it. And that has been deeply confrontational inside of my system. The desire to belong, the desire to be understood, the desire to fit in has been at war with my own natural way of being. Because the subconscious way of living in the world, and for those who are Pisces risings, have a lot of, you guys understand what I'm talking about, right? There is this dreamy effect to your life, and it's just Pisces. Everyone, no one else has this stuff except Pisces, right? So when I first started doing this work, I had a dream of a woman. She was a very, very, very dark skinned woman. She was probably the color of this dress I'm wearing. Very dark skin. She was sitting on a throne, and she had on a profoundly royal dress, like a satin dress that had big stones in it, like turquoise, and lined with, in the dress. It was lined in the dress, and her hair was black, and she was black, and I was sitting like at her feet. Like I'm sitting there and I'm just listening to her talk. And so I had this dream, and then one day I'm in the house of a woman who is my teacher, and she is sitting in a big wooden chair from Africa, and she's a tiny little woman, black hair, and I literally do a like, in that moment I remembered the dream. And I was like, I'm in the fucking dream. And that happens in my life all the time, where I dream something and it might go away, and then I find myself in the dream. That is Neptune. That is Neptunian. That is Piscean. This sort of way that your life is a dream and a real experience. Does anybody else have that? And sometimes it can be called deja vu, but my whole experience is deja vu. I think we all probably have deja vu occasionally, but my whole reality is deja vu. And so I have been really teaching myself to trust this way of being more and more and more, to less and less live the old way where I am focused through the ego. Because the ego says I'm separate, but the subconscious says we're all one. So then I can have this. Am I making sense? I hope I am. So then I can have this sort of fluid experience of my waking state and my dream state. I have resisted it for years. I have resisted it for most of my lifetime. And even as I have been resisting it, it still shows up in ways that really gets my attention. And I'm being offered an opportunity to stop resisting it, to really just lean into it. For instance, my cat, my aunt. Before my aunt came here, I dreamed of her. I dreamed of a little brown Siamese cat and was like, why am I dreaming of cats? And I'm allergic to cats, right? And so I kept dreaming of her and dreaming of her until I finally just went to go see where I could find her. And I ended up finding her. And she healed my allergies. Like my cat allergies are gone now. And so we all have an opportunity now to begin to live through our code. My code is Neptunian because I have a Pisces rising, and Neptune trines my ascendant, and I'm very Neptune, and now Neptune is coming into Aries. We're all going to be having a much more Neptunian experience. Everyone is, because Neptune is coming into Aries. But we all also get this opportunity, because Neptune is the subconscious energy, to access the power of your subconscious, which is your unique way of being. And you get to create it. It's weird. It's crazy. It's odd. It's like, what the fuck is happening? It's all of that, right? It is. This is not rational. This is not about making sense. Our reality is changing, y'all. It is changing. We are shifting. We are not going to be the same. Do I sound like a crazy person? I hope I do. I hope I sound fucking insane, because we are shifting. And it is important for us to begin to understand what's happening, because it's never happened before. And do your best to document it if you can. So the moon today is in Capricorn. Let's see if we can do a little bit of astrology talk here with the whiteboard. This way. Okay, great. So the moon is in Capricorn. The Capricorn is the 10th house at the very top of the chart. At the very top, right? Where this is the noon hour, like the sun time, daylight, and this is nighttime. Daylight. This is noon, and this is midnight down here. So Capricorn is here, and Capricorn is your authority. It's literally the thing you were born to do, to be. And many of us just don't really have an understanding of what that means. We think we were born to have a job, or to be a wife, or to be a husband, or we think we were born, but what you were born for is deeply encoded inside of you. And your curiosity and your sincerity will unlock that understanding of yourself. You have to be deeply curious, and you have to be sincere. You have to really want it. You have to want it more than you want anything else. If you want it more than you want anything else, it will reveal itself to you, and you will be thrilled that it did. I swear to God. So, because Capricorn is the authority, and we have the moon in Capricorn now, we have the moon in Capricorn, and we have a new moon coming, a new moon eclipse, which is what this whole class is about, the Nodal master class for eclipses. And we're in eclipse season. So this is what we're doing. This is it. And so with the new moon in Aries and an eclipse, we are literally cutting away think of it as an earthquake, where there's a part of the earth that just cracks off and collapses, and then we just have this new thing. That's what's going on in our own psyches, our own sense of self. And what is asking to be let go? What are you being asked to let go of? And if you don't have the answers, because my energy is more subconscious, I have the general understanding of it. And so if you don't know, if you don't have clarity, or all you have to do is ask the questions, who am I? You ask, like, write it down, journal, who am I? Or pray about it, meditate it. Who am I? What am I here for? What is my purpose, right? Because here's the thing, your purpose is to be yourself. That's your only purpose, is to be yourself. Your purpose is a state of being. We think that the purpose is a state of doing. It is not. But when you understand who you are meant to be, the actions that flow from that state of being are completely different than what your ego would have you be or do. And so you want to access being yourself. Who am I? Who am I meant to be? How am I meant to express? How would I feel if I was most aligned? How would I feel if I was happy? How would I feel if I was connected? Like you want to begin to access that. And you do it through the questions. The questions will get you there. Like I said, it's not logical, it's not rational. I'm giving you a more subconscious understanding of it because that's how I function. But what I do know is it's like, it's like playing a game and I'm gonna just go look for the answer. I'm gonna just go, sir, I don't know. I'm gonna just try on everything that's kind of how it is. Finding your identity. That's how, but some of us really know also. Some of us are really clear about who we are. And, and so everyone is not the same, but for those of us who have who have a lot of uncertainty and, family trauma and unfinished ancestral patterns, it can be a game of hide and seek and finding yourself. It really can be. And so you should just have fun. So let's just have a good time. That's it. We're going to play. And the more, because having fun means you're lightening up. You're being like a child. And that will get you to where you want to be. Yes. Yeah, Amanda. So you know what I'm talking about now because you were in the group. Yeah. So it's when you see how it works. And as you do the work, every single cycle, you unfold and you become yourself more and more and more and more and more. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, today is the cycle starts in Capricorn and it's about your authority. My energy is naturally very masculine and my identity is so tied to what I do for others. Wow. Yeah, so you have some transformation to do because if you don't understand your natal chart, if you don't understand your natal chart, you should really study your natal chart so that you can see how to unravel your energy from being connected to others. Because when you say you're masculine, you said my energy is naturally very masculine. So that means externally focused. You're normally more externally focused. And so what you want to begin to do is begin to become more internally focused. What's your sun sign and your moon sign? I'm curious. It's working. My life is changing in ways I could have never imagined. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that because because we didn't talk, so I was concerned that you left, that you weren't gonna stay in the community, and that's fine. It's totally okay. But I'm glad that you got something from it. That makes me happy. I meant my Bagua is all masculine energy. Okay. But I am heavy Cancer with the sun in Leo and a Virgo rising. Oh yeah. The Bagua to me is a secondary. The Bagua is just not had in the way that I have studied it. In the way that I have studied the Bagua, it doesn't give me the tools like astrology does. Because if you're Cancer, that's feminine. So you're not heavily masculine. But in the Bagua, your Cancer energy might be soldier energy, which is masculine. So you just and I have studied many different systems so that I can really understand how my energy is meant to function. And one system doesn't have all the answers. So, oh, we don't care. You can be shy. We don't. If you want to be there, we would love to have you there. You don't have to. You don't have to share. It's okay to be private. It really is. You don't have to share. You really don't. Um, but it's important for you, for us to know that you're getting what you need. So you don't have to share with the group, but it's important for us to know, for me to know that you're okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, if you want to be there, you're welcome to be there. Um, my birthday is the 31st, and the energy right now is so raw. That's really powerful. If your birthday is on the 31st and we're having an eclipse on that day, I would be doing some really, I'd be doing some rituals like no, like nobody's business. Um, yeah, and then you have a Virgo rising. Your energy, I'm back to Odu Ufnu. ABCDFG, right? But anyway, if you have a Virgo rising, you're feminine. Your energy is feminine, but Virgo is the servant. So Virgo energy is a natural lever. It just bends into whatever is necessary. So you are very feminine. You just are, your feminine energy has just been hijacked by, probably more than anything, your family patterns. Like, your feminine energy has been hijacked by your family patterns, which has you prioritizing external things before your own needs. That's something you learned from your mother and your grandmother. Like, that is the way of it. So I don't, you're externally focused because you've been conditioned to be that way, but that's not how you're made. You're not made to be externally focused. So, for those of you who want to join the Daughters of the 13 Moons, today is the last day before we close until next month. So if you want to join, you can do it today. You're welcome. You can do it today, and then we close, and then you won't be able to join again for a month. So with that, I think that's it. I am. I really want to encourage you all to understand that the world is really changing for real. I think that's the greatest thing that I am having to get inside of my head, that the ways that we have functioned are over, and it's going to be important for us to learn new ways to function. And it's real. It's, I don't know, like, and like, what do you mean? We're going to have to learn new ways of function. So I am learning to function from my natal chart, which, like I was telling you guys earlier, I'm very Neptunian. And so I use my imagination, and I follow the symbolism, and I am, like, I don't give what I see with the 3D credence. I trust what I'm feeling and what's directing me from inside. I trust my intuition. I trust what I feel over what I see. And that has been a real unraveling inside of myself, because as a child, I had to really learn how to protect myself in my environment. So I had to um, pay a lot of attention to the external world, because people were dangerous. So now, so what that did was it took me outside of myself, and now I'm working to come back into myself and trust my feelings and my senses, and and so that's why I meditate and do prayer work and the rituals, follow the moon and the sun, so that I can really always gauge where I am in relationship to the cosmos. Because that is what we're really doing here. We're having a relationship to the cosmology and the astrology. This other stuff, the United States of America and paying bills and all that stuff, is a distraction from what we're really up to. But because we can see it and touch it, it is so captivating. But it is not real in the sense of what is really real. It is not valuable in the sense of what we're really up to here. And so yes, we have to we pay bills, and we got rent, and we have family and people to be with, and we will do those things, but those things must be categorized to support us and not to drain us, to help us and not to extract from us. And right now, many of those things are extracting from us. And so we have to take responsibility and reorganize our energy to be aligned to the energetic systems on the planet. So with that, if you guys need any support, you can check out my website, healwithmoonmama.com. For those of you who donated yesterday or said thank you so much, I appreciate it. What do I think about people saying we're in a new year now? I think the new year does start in April. Not in April. The new year starts with Aries season. Yes, I agree with that. We are also in a new age, though, which is the thing that's most interesting. Yes, the new year has always started with April, but we are in a new age, and the new age is the age of Aquarius, and it's a golden age, but we have to shed the old age. The new age is here, but you have to birth yourself into it. And you can see that the old age is done, but you can't just leave it. You have to move through it in your consciousness. I'm telling you, this is such a wild place that we're in. We're in a really remarkable experience. We really are. And the way in is out, and the way up is down, and the way the way things appear are not as they really are. And it is fucking wild, y'all. It's really wild. It really is. So with that, if you need any support, check out my website, healwithmoonmama.com. Peace and blessings. That's it. Okay, bye.